If you've ever stood up from your favorite chair and felt that hot shooting pain race from your lower back down the back of your leg, you already know something painkillers can't fix. They quiet the alarm. They don't fix what's pulling the wire. Welcome back to Prime Health Lab, the channel where we help you feel strong, steady, and pain-free using your body's own natural tools. No pills, no guesswork, just real science explained simply. If that sounds like something you need more of in your life, hit subscribe, because every week we break down exactly how to take your health back into your own hands. Today, we're talking about sciatica, that sharp, burning, sometimes numbing pain that runs from your lower back down through your hip and leg. And I'm going to show you 3 hip stretches that, when done correctly, work better than painkillers for most people. Not because they're magic, because they actually fix the cause, not just the feeling. Let's start with the part almost nobody explains properly. Why sciatica even happens in the first place, especially as we get older. Picture a garden hose lying on the ground. Now picture a heavy book sitting right on top of that hose. Water can still trickle through, but the flow is choked. That's almost exactly what happens with your sciatic nerve. The sciatic nerve is the longest nerve in your body. It starts at your lower spine, runs deep through your hip, right underneath a muscle called the piriformis, and then continues all the way down your leg to your foot. When that piriformis muscle gets tight, which happens naturally with age, with sitting too much, or with years of favoring one side when we walk, it presses down on the sciatic nerve like that book pressing on the hose. The signal gets choked, and your brain reads that choking as pain, tingling, burning, or numbness running down your leg. Here's the part that changes everything once you understand it. Painkillers don't loosen that muscle. They don't lift the book off the hose. All they do is turn down the volume on the pain signal traveling through that already compressed nerve. The compression is still there. The tightness is still there. So, the moment the medication wears off, the pain comes right back, sometimes worse, because you've kept moving and sitting the same way that caused it in the first place. Over months and years, this is exactly why so many people feel stuck in a cycle, refilling prescriptions but never actually getting better. Now, why does this hit seniors so much harder than younger people? 2 simple reasons. First, after about age 40, our muscles naturally lose some of their elasticity. Think of an old rubber band that's been left in a drawer for years. It doesn't stretch the way it used to, so it grips tighter around whatever is nearby, including that nerve. Second, most of us simply sit more as we get older. Sitting keeps the hip in a folded position for hours at a time, which shortens and tightens the piriformis even further. So you end up with a double problem: a muscle that's naturally stiffer and a daily habit that makes it stiffen even more. The good news, and this is really the heart of today's video, is that the piriformis is a muscle, and muscles respond beautifully to gentle, consistent stretching. You don't need to be flexible. You don't need to get on the floor and twist yourself into a pretzel. You just need to lift that book off the hose a little bit at a time, every single day. When you stretch this muscle correctly and consistently, 3 things happen. The muscle lengthens and softens, the pressure on the nerve releases, and your body's natural healing response, increased blood flow to the area, finally has room to do its job. That's the entire secret. It's not complicated. It's just rarely explained this clearly, and it's almost never the first thing people are told to try. So with that foundation in place, let's get into the 3 stretches themselves, starting with the one I want every single one of you to learn first, because it's the safest, the gentlest, and you can do it sitting right in your own chair. The first stretch is called the seated figure 4 stretch, and I love starting here because it requires no floor work, no balance risk, and almost anyone can do it safely, even with knee or hip arthritis. Sit toward the front edge of a sturdy chair, feet flat on the ground. Lift your right ankle and rest it gently on top of your left knee so your legs form a shape like the number 4. Keep your right foot relaxed, not flexed. Now, with a straight back, slowly hinge forward from your hips as if you're leaning toward a tabletop in front of you. You'll feel a deep stretch right in the meat of your hip and buttock. That's your piriformis, the exact muscle pressing on the nerve. Hold this for 20 to 30 seconds, breathing slowly through your nose. Don't bounce, don't force it. Ease back up, switch legs, and repeat on the other side. Do this twice on each leg, once in the morning and once in the evening, and within about 2 weeks, most people notice the sharp edge of their pain has softened considerably. The second stretch builds on this and is done lying down, which allows gravity to help you go slightly deeper. This is the supine knee across stretch. Lie on your back on your bed or a padded mat, knees bent, feet flat. Lift your right foot and place it on top of your left knee, just like before, forming that same figure 4 shape. Now, reach both hands behind your left thigh and gently pull that leg toward your chest. You should feel the stretch intensify in the right hip. This position is especially helpful because lying flat takes all the pressure off your spine and lower back, letting the stretch focus entirely on that piriformis muscle without your back compensating. Hold for 20 to 30 seconds, breathe steadily, then switch sides. If your lower back feels uncomfortable rather than your hip, that simply means you've pulled a bit too far. Ease back slightly until the sensation moves back into the hip and glute, where it belongs. The third stretch addresses something most people completely overlook: the front of the hip, not just the back. This is the standing hip flexor release, and it matters because when the front of your hip is tight, it tilts your pelvis forward, which increases pressure on that same nerve pathway from a different angle. Stand near a sturdy chair or countertop for balance. Step your right foot forward and your left foot back, like a gentle half lunge, keeping both feet flat or your back heel slightly lifted if that's more comfortable. Slowly bend your front knee and shift your weight forward until you feel a stretch along the front of your back hip, not your knee. Keep your torso upright, tuck your hips slightly forward, and hold for 20 to 30 seconds before switching sides. This one balances out everything the first 2 stretches accomplish from the back of the hip. Here's how to put it all together for the best results. Do all 3 stretches once in the morning before your day gets busy, and once in the evening before bed, when your muscles are warm and relaxed. That's it, about 6 total minutes a day. Consistency matters far more than intensity here. Stretching once for 10 minutes won't undo years of tightness, but stretching gently every single day will, because you're slowly and repeatedly lifting that book off the hose until it stays lifted permanently. A few safety notes worth remembering: never stretch into sharp pain, only a comfortable pulling sensation, and if you ever feel numbness, weakness, or pain shooting all the way to your foot during these movements, stop and check in with your doctor, since that can sometimes signal something needing direct medical attention. For the everyday tightness-related sciatica most of us deal with, though, these 3 stretches done consistently are often the single most effective tool available, and unlike medication, the relief actually builds and compounds the longer you stick with it. So here's my challenge for you this week. Pick one time each day, right after you brush your teeth in the morning is perfect, and commit to these 3 stretches for 7 days straight. Not perfectly, just consistently. Notice how your hip feels on day 1 compared to day 7. That small shift is your body telling you it's healing, not just hiding. If this helped you understand your pain a little better today, subscribe to Prime Health Lab so you don't miss what we're covering next, and tell us in the comments which of these 3 stretches gave you the most relief. Your answer might be exactly what someone else scrolling through needs to read today. Take care of that body. It's the only one you've got.
Prime Health Lab is dedicated to men's internal health. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.